Welcome to Quilting with Mary Beth and Donna. Today we're joined by Levi Henson, a member of Quilting with Mary Beth Facebook page and a dynamic quilter. Thanks for listening in today.
Yeah.
Hello, Mary Beth.
Hello, Donna.
How are you doing today?
I'm great. How about you?
I am hanging in there. I'm very busy.
Yay. Busy
Hey,
keeps you out of the bars.
I've got deadlines, and
Oh,
I I'm not. I don't know. I just don't want to work as hard as
as you should. Oh, yeah, that can be
I'm
bad.
getting there.
Motivation is so difficult, isn't it?
Well, I'm really impressed with how motivated you have been in getting these quilts
I'm
done.
pretty
Uh,
impressed with myself, if I must say so.
and I'm trying to finish. I've got to put 3 bindings on quilts for a customer. I have this big old 105 by 105. It's like the garden party, which is the um, Laura Heine floral thing
Mhm.
that I have to finish, and then I need to finish that nebula. And so, like I say, at 3 o'clock every day, I'm gonna be down here, working on Nebula, and it's all I can do here be here down here in an hour, and I just need to figure out what I'm gonna do to make me feel like I'm at a quilt retreat where I can sit down for 4 or 5 hours and,
Do you have spring
do something.
fever?
Not really.
No?
Well, yeah, I guess
Sometimes
I
that
I have
does it.
lazy fever.
You have what?
Lazy fever?
You know what? When I worked in my basement, I had a terrible time making myself go down there just because
It's
there were no
dark.
windows. Yeah.
Yeah,
No windows. I think that was a hard part of it.
yeah, that is a problem,
Mhm.
but I'm trying to. It's better to have a deadline than to not have a deadline. Because if I didn't have a deadline, I wouldn't be down here at all.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So
Hmm,
ugh, and my legs are sore from going to the gym
ouch. Oh, you
yesterday.
have? Well, good. That's good for you
Yeah,
then. That's a
I
good
know, I've been
sore.
going. I'm trying to get comfortable, but I can't. Anyhow,
You're like a cat on a hot rock. Well, I have cut out sugar, as you know,
yes.
so that's been a lot of fun, and you know
Hello.
Hi.
We have a special guest today.
Yeah.
We have Levi Henson, who is on Quilting with Mary Beth, and he's very productive, and so I thought it would be fun to have him on because maybe he could inspire
Yeah.
I don't know about that, maybe.
us.
He's,
So
he's very precise too, that's the part I like.
really?
Well,
I like
thank you.
that precision piecing, that's pretty cool, I love it.
Thank you.
Probably because I can't do it, so I'm in awe.
So we're gonna ask you some questions just so everybody can get to know you, and then we're gonna pick your brain for any information you can give us on sewing,
Yeah,
Okay,
and then we're just gonna have a conversation. So we're glad you're here today, Levi.
sounds good. Glad to be here.
Don't make us look bad.
yeah.
I'll try.
We've been at this longer than you have, probably combined. Probably, I don't know, but just don't make us look bad.
So Levi, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am from the mountains of West North Carolina, born and
Oh,
raised here. Um, I have been quilting since I was about 16. So we're going on 20 years this year.
wow.
Um, yes, I am still young. I know that. I have to remind myself of that though, because I feel older than I am most of the time.
Well, just wait, it doesn't get any better.
Yeah, this is what I'm afraid of. I have worked in healthcare for the last 19 years. I do human resources for healthcare now. I actually got to move into a position where I work from home about 6 months ago. And while I was nervous at first, it allowed me the opportunity to create my sewing space, which is also my office. Um, I love doing a lot of different quilting and piecing and things like that. Yes, Mary Beth, I love to be precise with what I do. Um, but everything from traditional piecing to, paper piecing, Niemeyer's, Jacqueline de Jong patterns are one of my favorites. I've got one that I'm working on now. So,
Can I send one over to you? I've got one that I've probably had for 10 years, and it threw me off at first. I'm smarter now, but it threw me off
mhm,
at first because, it didn't have the quarter-inch seams on the papers, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I can't do that." Now I realize I can,
yes.
but now I just have to pull it out and do it, and it's still sitting there, so I
Is
have
it
to
in your
find it.
jar?
I don't have a jar.
I'm trying, Mary Beth.
I know. I'm
Do you
telling
have
you,
a jar?
jars work.
I do have a jar,
How many things are in it?
more than I would like to admit. Um,
For your age, right?
I think when I counted up, I think there were 25 projects in process and about as many to be quilted.
Now, are you
Oh,
a
okay.
quilter also?
Do what?
Are you a, quilter also?
I am.
What do you have a long arm?
I don't. I have a friend who does, and so I say
Okay,
to her, "When you have a minute, can I get on your calendar?"
oh, fun. Okay, that's
Uh, and of course,
um,
then I do a lot on a domestic machine as well.
do you? I I'm getting there, Mary Beth. I'm getting there. Yeah, I was told y'all last time we were on here that I was gonna buy bags to put all my projects in because I've just got so much stuff and I need to curtail it a little bit. But I also need to have a list of quilts that need to be quilted
Mhm.
because the way I can tell if something's been quilted or not is I see a memory from 2 years ago
Very
from a quilt
true.
retreat, and it's like, "Oh, I think that's still on the pile to be quilted." So
Thank you, Facebook.
Yes.
so
Yes.
that's my goal is I really would like to get caught up on just even getting the quilts that need to be quilted,
Mhm,
and then know what else I have, so
mhm.
good for you. Um, how did you get into I mean, wait, you said you were 15?
I was 15 or 16. A lady that I go to church with who turns 90 this year, who was like a grandmother to me, kinda got me started. She knew I like to be crafty and do different things, so she said, "We have a sewing group that meets on Tuesdays. Why don't you come join us?" And the rest is history.
History, oh, fun.
I started pressing for them to begin with, and then I would match fabrics together, and then they kept inching me in. So
Oh, that's fun, that's fun.
and
Yeah.
then about 10 years or so ago, I actually started teaching some. I taught several classes, did some different things with that. I just haven't had time since COVID, especially to get back into doing that.
N now you said it's only been 6 months since you've, started working from home.
Yes,
Do you like it?
I love it. I absolutely love it more than I thought I would because I'm a people person. I love to be around people and interact with people. But I said the nice thing about this job is I get to talk to people that are happy, not the people that are mad at HR. Um, so I get to do that.
That's um, um, I've actually been working from home for almost forever,
Mhm,
um, and I'm the same way. I'm not a people person, so I like being alone, and I think I'm more productive when I need to be productive.
mhm.
But, it always kinda surprises me when people say, "Oh, I just really wanna get back into the office." I thought, "Oh, why would you wanna drive and, get dressed and drive and everything?"
No, I don't miss driving into work. I don't miss those things. Um, I love the flexibility it gives me to be at home, to work on quilting projects when I'm not super busy. Um, but then it also lets me interact with my church group more, my quilting group more, and things like that. So,
And is it a pretty regular schedule, or is it fit in when you need to be fit in?
no, it's a pretty regular schedule. They like us to be available during regular business hours, which is fine.
Yeah, I know, it's a job.
Mhm. Exactly.
Okay, Mary Beth, jump in here.
So I know you're very active in your guild
Mhm.
and you are something in your guild, but I know that you do you're like in charge of the quilt retreats, right?
I am. So I am in charge of our quilt retreats for the group of us that do retreats. Then with our guild or our group, I am the president and also the quilt show
Oh.
chair.
Oh, so you're the big
Also,
wig.
how many people are in your guild?
There's only about 22 of us all together.
Oh, that's not bad.
So no, we're a small group. We're start getting ready to do our 37th quilt show. So we're excited.
Wow,
Cool.
that's a lot. That's a big
Mhm.
number, and you've been in that group since forever?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so you were saying to me that, on our, because Levi does the chats work with us, so and he's finished, but anyway, besides
Not
that,
still kid.
um,
That's
okay.
why you're here today. I just said, "We need to get this guy on the podcast because he's way too productive."
Um, so you were saying that when you go to quilt guilds or quilt retreats, you have to make sure you find a retreat center that has a one room for you and then
Oh, yeah.
space for everybody else. Because
Yes.
I mean, because. So I was just noticing we're
Mhm,
gonna have our quilt retreat at Art Nest, which is
mhm.
north of the, airport in Kansas City, and, it has a single room for
Oh,
people just like you. So,
that
just
is
saying,
awesome.
if we
That
ever
is
have it
awesome.
again there, we'll let you know.
Well,
It's
and
a
it's
long
been
ways to come, I know, but
true, true. Well, it's been fun over the years when we've looked at different locations. I have offered several times, like, "I'll sleep on a sleeper sofa. I don't care." To be nice. They're
yeah,
like, "No, no, you need a room."
yeah. Yeah, you do need to relax
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
rest. Yeah.
So how many different places have you been? Do you go someplace
3.
different every year?
No. We started out with one place that's about an hour from us here in North Carolina, and we stayed there a couple of years. We started to get bigger than it would accommodate, but then 2, it was also just not the most convenient for us. So we found a place in Tennessee, Eastern Tennessee, that we went to for 6 or 7 years and loved it until the owner that started it kind of stepped away from it. Still good friends with her, but she stepped away from it, and the new owner that took it over, it just
Not the same.
we didn't care for the level of cleanliness that the house had the last
Oh,
year we were there, as well as the fact that it just wasn't stocked, it wasn't kept up, it just wasn't helpful for us.
mhm.
The lady that started it was a quilter, so she catered to her quilters.
Right.
The lady that bought it just wanted to run it as a standard rental, like Airbnb rental, and didn't really help or cater to her quilters, so it was just not as pleasant. But then we found where we are now, which I've told Mary Beth a little bit about. It's a 9,000 square foot house, with and it's just a beautiful house. It's a regular rental house, so it's not set up specifically for quilting. So we do have to go in and rearrange furniture to put up tables and things, but we love it. So
Did you say you rent tables or chairs
we
or
don't.
something?
Between
Oh,
all
okay.
of us in our group, we have enough tables, and then we just
Okay.
borrow the chairs from my church.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works.
And usually how long are your retreats?
We go down on Wednesday, we come home on Sunday.
And you do it once or twice a year?
Once.
Cool. Cool. And so let me just how much does a 9,000 square foot house rent for?
There are 16 of us that go. We typically base it off of 16, and it's $300 a person for the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
that's good
that's
from
that
Wednesday to
we up
Sunday.
that a little bit just to make room for, the paper products and the kind of those basic shareables, and then we all do T-shirts every year. They get a T-shirt every year with Retreat, so it kinda covers
Cool.
that too.
That's fun. Now where do you do your quilt show?
So it was for the first 34-ish years was at our community center here in our little community. It was a small old school, and we used the auditorium and, things like that. Well, then we were growing anyway, and then some things happened that caused us to have to change, and we use the local middle school now. Um, and so it works great for us. We use their gym. It's a good venue for us to do that. Um, the only thing that was different is for the first 35 years of the show, it was always the 4th weekend in August, period.
Mm.
We've now had to move to
Oh,
July.
Oh,
And we
interesting.
did that just because the first year we had it at the school, it was in August. Well, of course, school had
no.
started back.
Oh,
And our show is on Friday and Saturday, but we usually set up Wednesday and Thursday. we didn't end up getting to get into the gym until 5 p.m. on Thursday evening.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's a lot
And
of
have
work.
to be set up in 4 hours ready to go the next morning. And it was just, I am by far the youngest member of our group. And it's difficult for all of us, especially at 10 o'clock at night, to be setting up a quilt show.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
y'all have your own quilt racks?
We do. We
And yet
actually made them.
okay.
My dad and I made most of them, and then there was another guild about an hour and a half from us that is not having a show anymore, and they said, "Like ours?" So
That's good.
Okay, Mary Beth, what are you doing?
I'm s I'm sorry, I have stuff under my laptop, and it was making me nutty, so I had to move it.
I understand.
It's a little disruptive there.
Sorry, I just looked like I was having an earthquake. Anyway,
Yeah. Well, that's nice. How many quilts do you usually show?
About 150.
Wow.
that's good.
From 30 people?
No, we open it to the public.
Okay.
It's public entry, and it's just a show. We don't judge it. The only thing that we do have, we're doing a viewer's choice for one quilt in the show, and then we do a challenge every year where one of our vendors sells a pack of 6 fat quarters, and we do a theme to that, and you use those 6 fat quarters to make a quilt to fit the theme, and then it's a viewer's choice judging for that as well.
Oh, fun. You
Cool.
guys have really got it going good.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, so
Um,
okay, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say one of the things that we started doing about 10 years ago is we do an antique bed turning every year.
Cool.
And that's always been a lot of fun to do and to experience and tell people what that actually means.
Right. I had no idea when I started quilting.
Mhm.
I heard the term bed turning. I'm like, "Well, that ought to be fun." I didn't, had no idea. Do you flip a bed over? I didn't know. But
Exactly.
it made sense once I figured out what it was, but
Now, do you have a local quilt historian that does it, or how do you do that?
Me.
the youngest guy in the crew.
Yes. Well, and I actually had at one time entertained the idea of becoming a certified appraiser
I
until
think
I
I'd like to do that.
until I dug farther into it and
Yeah.
realized just how much it entailed. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
have time.
One of the ladies that was in our guild, in Colorado was a quilt historian, Jean Ann Wright, who's just a
Mhm.
fabulous lady, and, she knows so much, and it's a continual thing, you're continually learning,
Always
Absolutely.
learning. Yep.
and we probably need more appraisers and historians and stuff like that, but
Mhm.
she's done it for several years.
Mhm.
Well, that's interesting, you kinda do just about everything.
Little bit. Little bit. I've dabbled in a little bit of it all.
Well,
Okay,
you're
so have
good
you
at whatever.
Mhm.
have you traveled to any big quilt shows?
I have done some semi-close. I did when AQS was in Chattanooga, I went there a couple of times. Then one year they did it in Charlotte, North Carolina, I did it there. But that's about the biggest I've been able to go to,
Yeah.
just by virtue of time and work.
Right,
That
right.
pesky job gets in the way.
Okay,
No,
now tell me about your quilt store, um, offerings where you are.
you have some good ones?
Hmm. So I do have a few. There are a couple that I really, really like. We have one that opened up about a year ago. No, oh, it's been almost 2 years now that I have not made it to yet.
What?
Um, no, just virtue of time and when they're open versus when I'm available to go, it's just
Oh,
not worked
yeah,
out.
yeah.
But she has a really cool looking shop from what I have seen. Then there are a few. Schoolhouse Quilts is one of my absolute favorite. The lady that started it, her and her husband were super sweet, but then they have both since passed, and their daughters took it over. But it's in the basement of their home, but
Oh,
it's huge.
Oh, really?
And they vend at most of the local shows around, Pigeon Forge, Quilt Fest, and things like that. Even, and they, if you think of a notion, they're gonna have it.
Do they
hmm.
And
do, online
they do. Mhm.
Etsy shop?
Yep. Yep. Schoolhouse Quilts NC, I believe it is. Um, But then, of course, one of my friends that's in our group has a shop in East Tennessee, Twisted Sisters Quilt Shop, who is one
Oh,
of my
for that.
favorites to go to. She's over in Alcoa, Tennessee, just south of the Knoxville airport.
So, how I don't have a question. Um,
So
Go ahead.
I do, like, in your guild,
Mhm.
back to that, do you guys do a charity quilt or some kind of charity quilts?
We do. And right now we are doing quilts for our local Baptist children's home.
Okay, good.
Yeah, the children's home here in the county, that has usually anywhere from 36 to 48 kids at a time on campus. And we are doing a twin size quilt for each kid on campus.
What was that?
I'm throwing treats to my dogs. They've attacked me.
I
I
was
thought you were
wondering.
blessing him or whatever. Bless you, my child.
But yes, we're
Whatever.
getting ready to do our first presentation of the year to the first cottage because the kids are in different cottages at the campus. And so
Yeah.
we're getting ready to get the first probably 12 or so delivered.
Does your Baptist children's home do an auction? Like ours has, we have one that has Strawberry Festival and it's a
So
big
they
quilt
are
auction.
actually in the process right now. So we just finished out April is food roundup month for the children's homes. And our church does a fundraiser every year called Fill the Truck, Feed the Kids. And
Mm.
we did that 2 weeks ago. And we did my dad has a 1986 F350 flatbed. So a big flatbed truck. And the goal every year is to fill the truck with food. And we do a barbecue dinner that we cook barbecue and sell plates for. The truck when we finished the day was about half full of supplies. We did $2,000 in cash and about $500 in gift cards for the children's home.
Wow, that's great.
And by the time we went to Sam's and spent the $2,000, the truck is completely full.
Cool.
But they are this weekend doing their big barbecue dinner at the children's home festival. And they have what they call Ride to Clyde, which is a statewide bus or motorcycle trip to raise money for Baptist Children's Homes in North Carolina.
Okay, so tell us about your sewing habits.
Hmm.
Do you sew
Now,
every day or do you ever have dry periods or
I
tell us.
do. I do. And it's one of the reasons why I'm glad that I used the jar from Mary Beth, that idea, because it's
you're
helping me to
welcome.
not do that. Because I'm really bad to finish a quilt and then go, well, what now? So now I have the jar. I could pick the next one.
And you can't argue with it.
Yes,
You
exactly.
gotta pull that paper out and whatever it says, no matter how nasty, you have to do that
Now,
quilt.
Donna, don't tell Mary Beth, but I have stuck the paper back in once.
Now
Well,
you're gonna pull it out
I'm
again,
just
Oh, I
I'm just
will. I will.
well,
but don't
Mary Beth has, fired a couple of quilts here lately too, so I wouldn't be feel too
just
bad.
don't just don't, cheat yourself, that's all I'm saying. Hey,
Exactly.
I did, and I have not done this until this last week, but there's a hand embroidered barn quilt that I bought the pattern for
Mhm,
years ago, and I did start it last year,
mhm,
but, my mom taught me to embroider years and years ago, and I never was very good at it, but I thought, "Well, maybe if I just practice, I'll get good."
mhm.
Um, I'm either not practicing enough or something, but it looks terrible, and I thought, "I am not doing 12 whole blocks like this."
So
So,
out of curiosity, what's the pattern?
um, I do not know right offhand, and I don't know where I put it to tell you. It's around here somewhere close by,
The only reason
but
why I ask is because in my to be quilted pile
mhm.
is a quilt that is 12 hand embroidered barns, and each
Really?
barn has a quilt square on the side of the barn, and each barn is different.
I can't remember if this one has the quilt block on it.
I wanna say this
I
one is
can't
like
remember.
Appalachian Memories or something like that.
I think it is.
It's, is it Beth Dix, I think is the creator maybe? I
I
can't
don't
remember.
even know.
But the
What I
squares, when you finish, are surrounded by, like, a monkey wrench or hole in the barn, hole in the door
could be.
pattern.
I can't even remember, but I do remember Appalachian something,
I
but I don't know what I
I
did
bet
with
it's the same. I bet it is.
I bet it
It
is
took
too.
me about 10 years to finish that quilt.
Did it? I've had it for I don't know how long, but too long, and I just thought, "I'm not gonna do it." If my mom could still embroidery, I'd have her on it, but I should have given it to her when I
Well, and I
got it.
always said I would never do hand embroidery. And, um, probably 10 years ago, a friend of mine at when we were taking classes at Pigeon Forge Quilt Fest, she said, "I wanna pick a class this time." So I said, "Okay." She picked embroidery thinking I would hate it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah?
I loved it.
Yeah. It's detailed, that's
Mhm,
why you
mhm.
like detail.
Now, how long does it first of all, what do they teach you in an embroidery quilt class?
So that particular class, I have the project somewhere over in a bin. It was a little, like, 12-inch block, and it was a Santa red work.
Mm.
And it was teaching the basic stitches of the embroidery and how to go back and how to do those, some tips and tricks on how to layer them. One of the things that I had never thought about was she actually doubles the muslin. So I double layered my
All different.
fabric so that any of
Uh-huh.
your back work doesn't show through as easily. So if you're not as neat on the back, it doesn't pop through, especially lighter colors. And we just sat and stitched for most of the class.
So you got pretty comfortable with because
Mhm,
that was my problem too. I bought a just a little tiny project to do, and it just
mhm.
looked horrendous. And I was like, well, you know,
Well,
how
and
long
there
does it take me to be good?
I started the Santa Claus at that class, and I finished it in a week, week and a half.
Good,
But
so
again, it
that's
was
him.
all red work. It was all just one color. I didn't and still to this day, I prefer to do embroidery that's just like a red work, brown work, blue work, one color for the design.
That's what I was doing with those barns. I was just
Mhm.
trying to do a barn red color
Yeah.
and do them all the same. Now, my
Mhm.
mom started embroidery when she was 8, Donna, so an 8-year-old. I mean, seriously, couldn't we do it? But I really and I sat with her many evenings, you know, learning, and she told me that when she learned, her mother taught her, and if it wasn't right, they ripped it all back out and started
Mhm.
all over again.
Well, and
So,
now
she was tough on
doing
her.
the hand embroidery like that is easy for me. I have
Yeah.
started one wool project. I have several others, but I've not started them.
I have
And
1,000 of them.
no,
Yeah.
I take that back. I have one completed wool project, but the other one that I started that was more detailed, I can't get it. I get the first layer done, but then when the wool is doubled, I can't get my stitches to look pretty. So,
And is
Well,
oh, yeah, because I mean, I have one that I inherited from a friend of ours, and you do have to, like it's like applique, like you lay
mhm,
the wool on top of another piece of wool, so I get what
yes.
you're saying, yeah.
And I just couldn't get my stitches to look pretty, and I never pick it back up. I can't remember
Yeah.
if it's actually in the jar or not.
the jar, the unpickable jar is where you need a
Uh-huh.
second jar. I actually have a whole lot of we lived near a wool shop,
Mhm.
and, you gotta buy it because it's just so dang cute.
Exactly.
And then, in fact, I even
Mhm, it's
bought it from
beautiful.
Keepsake Quilting,
Mhm,
like, almost before the internet times. I bought the penny rug quilt, which was, I'm
mhm.
sure, $1,000 worth of wool.
Yes.
And I've got,
Yeah,
like, 6
and
blocks done, so
I've made a good friend over the years through, like, seeing her at some of the quilt shows and things who owns a shop and does pretty much nothing but wool. And she's given me a lot of good tips, but I just can't get it to where I like it.
yeah.
We have a
Sure.
wool shop here, as a matter of fact, but
Mhm,
she's only there by appointment only. I
mhm.
mean, it's not open all the time, but
Yeah.
when I go in there, I'm just like, "Ooh, I love this place because the colors are so
Mhm,
rich," you
Right,
mhm,
know?
yeah. I need to start working on and that's what
But
I
I've never really worked with it.
that this summer, I was gonna start doing handwork in the evenings,
mhm.
but it hasn't happened yet. Summer's not here yet though, right? now. Summer
Exactly.
started. Summer started last Friday.
Right, not officially.
Cool. So, when 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 you say you're a precision piecer, what does that mean? You're just a
So,
perfectionist? Or what do you
yes,
tools do you
um, I also am big on making sure, I try to make sure my points are there. I try to make sure that things are exactly like they look or the exact size they're supposed to be. I'm not one that does good with fudge it in.
I am.
Uh, it Here's a good example of that. One of the very first official class I ever took was on picture piecing, and it was Donna Thomas, not Donna Thomas. It was Cynthia England. Sorry, Cynthia
Oh,
England. I took the class from her. First class I had ever formally taken. It's a wonder I still quilt. Because some of the pieces in her quilts are the size of my pinky fingernail,
mm,
the finished pieces. And her whole premise of her design was it's done with freezer paper. You cut the templates out, you iron it to the front side of the fabric, and then she would say, just trim an approximate quarter inch around it.
mm.
My brain can't handle that. I'm the one that has to get the add a quarter ruler out, cut an exact quarter around it, and make them more. Same thing with like paper piecing. That's why when I first learned paper piecing, I couldn't grasp it because it was the whole you see if the fabric is big enough and if it'll kind of
Yeah,
cover and go from there. I don't like it. I want it to be a little more precise than that.
So it d would I don't know how to ask this question. Do you consider this, um, sometimes like a curse, or is this, like a OCD type of thing, or
Oh,
are you glad you're like that?
there's a lot of OCD tendencies in me. Mhm.
Okay.
To the point that I mean, I was one of the ones that loved watching The Big Bang Theory on TV. And for those that know that show, I was absolutely Sheldon. I wanted everything to be finished and perfect and done. And
Oh,
um, a curse to a point, but it's also one of those that I'm gonna do it and keep going. You know, my Chatsworth, for example, there are some points that aren't perfect on it, and that's okay. I'm going to move
good.
on.
I'm so glad. It makes me happy.
Well, and I'm trying to be a lot better.
Mhm.
But a lot of times they don't really ever teach you the right technique to make it perfect, which
Yes.
I think is disappointing. Like I was just and I'm working on my nebula
Mhm.
background, and I sewed those together yesterday, and I did what I could to because they're diagonals, so I did what I could to make sure that I my seams met, open seams,
Mhm.
but I didn't ever look at them last. I mean, I just, pressed them down, never looked at the front, and I was just because 'cause I'm like, "I don't wanna look at it if it's not good." They turned out pretty well, so I think I'm getting better.
Mhm.
No, they look really good, but,
You
I
have
think
to look at it, silly rabbit.
well, I knew I did it right, it was just,
Mhm.
sometimes they just don't come out right. So do you pin seams do you like open,
Mhm.
seams and stuff like that, or what's
I
your
am not an open seam person unless I have to.
okay.
I
You're a real quilter.
and I am not a pinner.
You're a
Okay.
real quilter?
I caught that there as I was talking there, my bad. No, I don't like to pin unless it's a like long borders or long seams. I don't pin unless I absolutely have to. In the entirety of Chatsworth, I didn't pin until I got to sewing the long rows together.
Really? So, like, where you have seams that come together, some of them you don't pin any of that? Like, I mean, I know when we pin to the side, like I do
Yeah.
too,
I nest them
you
and then
can
I use
lock
my
them. Yeah.
stiletto and
Okay.
hold it in place. Unless,
Okay.
I mean, if I have to, I will. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there are times that you just
Yeah.
can't help it,
Yeah.
but I don't like to pin.
Okay.
I had started doing open seams a little bit more now, only because I'm doing a little bit more, I've been doing a little bit more modern type stuff,
Mhm.
and I've gotten better at it, but matching the seams is just so hard to do when you're doing that, and one of the things I was gonna say is,
Mhm.
pre-cut, block of the months from Amy's store,
Mhm.
a lot of times I do those open seam because there's I don't know, my seams tend to get bulky,
Mhm.
and, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna hit one, like and I'm just doing edge to edge, so it doesn't really matter. I'm afraid I'm gonna hit a seam and break a needle and ruin a
Mhm.
quilt. But looking at your picture yesterday, Mary Beth, where you spun that little, um, seam,
Mhm. I
I
love
should
that.
probably think about doing
Yeah.
that more often. That's a good idea. I need to think
Yes.
about doing that more
Yeah,
often.
I love to spin seams where I can.
Boy, and it
And
lays flat.
it does, and absolutely, Donna. I mean, if I need to press it open to get the bulk out, sure, you know. One of the
Yeah.
things that I love to use is the wool pressing stick. It's kind of that little
Oh, yeah.
half round wool stick
Oh, yeah, that you just
and lay the seam over top of it so it presses it, and to me, they get so much flatter doing that.
Are they harder to open? Would you be quiet? Are they harder to open? I mean, open
You
the
talking to me?
seam. No,
Uh-huh.
no. I'm sorry, my dog is barking at me.
That's fine.
Um, the, part of the problem with open seams is getting the dang things open so that you can press them.
Gotcha. So to me, with the pressing stick, where it elevates it a little bit, if
Uh-huh.
you lay it on the stick and you push down across it, it kinda pops that seam open a little bit,
Okay,
so you
okay,
can
that's
then
what I
press.
was thinking. I
So
need
I
to
have
get
the
one of those.
old-fashioned kind.
Mhm. Yep.
I have the old-fashioned one, but I think that the one that has the wood in it is probably better, don't you think?
I would agree, Mary Beth.
'Cause it's you get a more firm
This is the one that
press
I
on your
have.
s yeah, and I bet you get a better press
Mhm.
on your seam,
I
and I've
think
heard the ones that are wooden have a wooden base on it too that's kinda sticks out on each side?
Mhm. Mhm.
I heard you can use that as a clapper.
You can. You
Yeah,
can.
so and yours probably would work that way too, because I see wood behind it.
Probably. I hadn't thought about
Yep,
using it as a clapper. I have a clapper in the
yeah,
drawer.
Do you
yeah.
use a clapper?
I do. Not always, but I do.
I was making fun of Mary Beth's because I don't
I have this one and it's heavy. It's
Mhm.
very I don't know what this wood is, but this baby is heavy. It's kinda thick,
Well, one of the things
and,
I like is, like, if I'm pressing a bunch of half square triangles, I'll do
mhm,
them like, 4 at a time, and then set the clapper on them. Do the next 4, set the clapper on it, and it flattens them a whole lot better, and they don't ever you know how you'll press them, and then you'll look an hour later, and they've kinda
yeah,
yeah.
folded back over. They
mhm,
stop folding over.
Well,
yeah.
maybe on Levi's advice, I'll get a clapper.
Oh, yeah, don't use my advice
I mean, you know,
because I don't know what I'm doing. He's only been
apparently.
at this for how many years? 16. So, yeah, do what he says.
I will. And then I mind you that I was telling you to use that that new, uh, pressing spray that you
Mhm.
fell in love with at our last retreat. I've been using that for
I
years.
love that stuff.
Now which one is it?
Oh, have you?
Let me look and
It's this magic,
Oh, yeah, that
this
one. Okay.
yeah. Can you see it?
I need to
Oh,
get
there it
some of
is.
that. I haven't tried that yet.
Man, I am a total spray starch girl, and I don't care what anybody says about bugs because that's
Mhm.
so ridiculous. You're gonna wash the quilt. Somebody's gonna be washing that quilt. There's not gonna be bugs in it. That's so
Okay.
dumb. But I used this magic at that retreat we went to out in, at 50 Acre Woods out in
Mhm.
Tennessee. Oh my gosh, it's nice. So, I have made a promise to myself, I'm keeping this little sprayer, and when I work my way through these, 57 cans, no, it's not that many, but I do have a lot of spray starts here. So, when I get through with it, then I'm gonna buy a gallon jug of this
Mhm.
so that I have it and I can refill.
yeah,
So,
my
yeah.
only problem with the gallon jug is that you don't wanna take a gallon jug on a retreat with you, but you don't know how much you're gonna need for your pressing.
True.
So, that's a problem. We need to
I'll
worry
take a
about that
gallon
one.
jug. I have a pickup truck, so mhm. I have a pickup truck and it holds a lot, so I could take a gallon jug with me, I don't care.
You take everything.
Mhm.
So,
I do.
what else do you do for fun? Anything? And you can say no because we don't. Anything.
Um, quilting is the biggest thing I do. Now, like, tomorrow, my girlfriend and I are going to Dollywood over in East Tennessee for the day. That'll be a fun trip.
Hey, does she quilt?
Somewhat.
Okay.
She does she crochets more than she quilts,
Oh,
Oh,
that's
okay.
because she likes the portability of the crochet.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's good.
Mhm.
cool. Cool.
Cool.
Well, we don't do anything, extra. at all. So that's so
Oh, I do counter cross stitch, and I
Okay.
love it, and
Mhm,
to me, I mean, I think maybe because I can't make my stitch too big or whatever,
mhm,
you've got a certain size stitch you make, so maybe that's why I can do it better than I can do,
mhm,
embroidery, but I tried to teach my mom to do counter cross stitch, and we sat down and I said she goes, "Let me show me how to do that." So, we sat down with the pattern and with our blank fabric,
mhm.
and I started, "What are you doing?"
me. Trying to
So, anyway, I sat her down, tried to tell her how to do it, and oh my gosh, she said, "Forget it," and she walked away.
Mhm.
I did
Now
a lot of cross stitch when I was young, but I haven't done it
mhm. Now one
any
of the interesting things in my craziness of not liking and being so precise with things, I don't make patterns more than once very often.
mm.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like to make a pattern a second time. Um, there are very few things I've made more than once.
That's me too, I'm the same way. Now, and I also wanna add that when
I
you were
did that one cheek thing.
oh, 40 times? Um, what I was gonna say is
Yeah. Oh,
I
that's too
don't
many.
do I don't do embroidery, but I've got people that I quilt for that do lovely embroidery, so I
Mhm,
like quilting their quilts because it makes me feel like I've accomplished something,
mhm.
but it doesn't, but
Yeah.
so who inspires
Yeah,
you
you didn't do it.
on the interwebs?
Mm. That's a good question.
Anybody?
That's a good question. I mean, there are several people I follow, different, different quilters and things.
Besides me.
Well, of course, besides Mary Beth. I mean, I do follow the best with Mary Beth. I was so happy when I found the podcast.
Ah,
Um,
good.
but there are another couple of podcasts, one specifically that I like to listen to as it comes out. Um, but I have to think on that one, honestly,
Who's the
because
podcast?
inappropriate cultures.
Oh, okay.
I tend to listen to it just because I enjoy listening to quilting related things of any sort.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but I do follow us, like I said, a lot of the Niemeyer stuff, a lot of the shops that carry Niemeyer things are ones I love to do. Um, but yeah.
Um, so you say you do several of her patterns?
Mhm. I've done my first one's hanging on the wall over here, and I did it 9 years ago. I've done 1, 2, 3 king size Niemeyers, and I said I would never make a king size quilt. Um, and a hand I've done probably 8 or 9 Niemeyer quilts.
Oh, wow, cool. I did one, and
Mhm,
I
So
said
I
because
like
we've got a little delay going on here. I did one, and it was
yeah.
just, vintage rose or it was a smaller one, and I
mhm,
really, really enjoyed it, and I'm like, "I'm good because 'cause I've done one now, I feel like I'm part of the club."
mhm,
But, I fell in love with a couple years ago, and I don't even remember what the pattern is, but it was when they did it with the ombre fabrics,
okay.
and, I've got that one somewhere in my house, and if I could find it, I would start working on it. But, it's been MIA for 5 years.
I
I've seen
actually,
it occasionally.
before I jumped on the call, was working on laying out colors for my next Niemeyer quilt. So,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, that's fun.
it's one of her hosta patterns. It's an older one, but it's one I
I
would like
think
to do.
I really love them. I think they're
Mhm,
beautiful, but kind of I mean, I'm on the outside looking in because 'cause I've never tried one.
mhm.
They kind of all look the same.
You're right.
Okay.
So
I would agree with you. A
what kind
lot
of
of a lot of the Niemeyer patterns can be broken down into 8 wedges, you know, um, but yeah, and now I have done a very variety of them, but
But I
I
think each maker has their own take on every pattern that they do, and
mhm,
just like, Jacqueline Dijon. I love her stuff, but she
Mhm.
does a lot of, what are they? Flying geese,
Yes.
and I love flying geese, so I think
Yes.
I would lean more towards her patterns, but
Mhm.
I mean, they're all beautiful. I just
And there
whatever.
again, I've done one Jacqueline so far, and I have my second one that I had started at retreat this year. I showed Mary Beth part of this one that's in the bag, but that's one of the circles
Oh,
from it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
to me, the hardest part with the Jacqueline patterns is you don't make blocks. There's not square blocks that ever come out of a Jacqueline quilt. It's the
Yeah, it's
circle
all
inside
round.
of a circle.
Yeah.
And I like that. Think
And see, that makes me nervous. My
Well
precision self makes me
could
nervous.
make me nervous.
well, mine's that's on my wall right here, it has a nice little poof in the center, so it's got dimension.
See? See? A good
Um,
quilter.
Add extra batting and call it trapunto.
I just need to flatten it out. Let's just beat it against the wall a little bit. Um,
Oh.
my problem no, it's not a problem. One of the things that concerns me about the Jacqueline de Jong is that the colors are so close together that I'm worried that, you get a color mix up and then it looks screwed up.
So
But
two thoughts there. Number one, when I've done them, I'm very particular that, I keep the sequence spot on. But also, they're so close together, and if you get one out of place,
nobody's gonna know.
if it's two shades of dark blue that are a fraction apart, nobody's gonna realize it.
Yeah. I just need to go get out there and just do it. So
Mhm.
I really do need to get a jar. Maybe Levi has talked me into getting a jar too.
And
Oh
Jack
my
is
gosh.
in person. I've met
Have
Jacqueline
you?
3 or 4 times, yes. She is a great person.
Cool.
Okay, so my next big deal is gonna be applique because I need to and I feel like I need to take classes
Mhm.
because
Hand
I'm
or
not
machine?
I don't care.
Because now I don't
Probably
like
hand.
I'm
You
not a
don't?
hand applique person.
Mm, I don't
I
know. I don't
I
know what I wanna do.
I kind of prefer it just because I don't like having to go around all those little pieces on a machine.
Yeah,
Um, in
that's
fact,
true.
Yeah.
I have I did the I'm into the laundry basket quilts now because
Mhm.
it's like heroin because you get a pre-cut and you never want to cut fabric again.
Yes, yes. I
And
cut out
so
an
Oh, I
entire
know.
Alaska quilt, and now it's still sitting over there in the jar.
I bought the pre-cut Alaska quilt at my last quilt retreat because we did a little garage sale,
Mhm.
and Michelle, one of the girls, was having buyer's remorse, so she sold hers. I'm like, "Score,"
and you
because
got
I
it for
got it at a
cheap.
good deal.
You got it very cheap.
I
Darn
know,
it.
Dang.
I
But I've
know.
still got but I've still
Mhm.
I don't even know what the pattern was. It's a small one. It's probably 40 by I don't know, 40 by 40, and
Mhm.
I've got the 4 corners done, the 4 big blocks, and they've all got the applique on them. But I just have to lay the applique down, and I'm just not very good at that, and so,
I get it.
yeah. And I'm to this quilt I'm doing now, I'm doing what, the garden party, I think I mentioned this earlier, the garden party, Laura Heine,
Mhm.
which has the big floral blocks,
Oh,
and the lady, that made it, she did buttonhole stitch all the way around those, and I thought, "Oh my gosh, it almost killed me just to do a straight stitch around it." She did a buttonhole stitch. I was
And
very
see,
impressed.
I have, like, 5 or 6 Tony Whitney patterns, and I'm still nervous
oh,
to start those from stitching all the way
hey,
around all of those pieces.
I have one of those too. Maybe
Maybe your
we should
Thursday
do
night
that
cat's worth.
online.
Could be. That could
I
be
Yeah,
have
it.
a
um,
donkey. I have the donkey.
yeah,
I
um,
have the donkey.
I was gonna say tell you my applique story was that I decided, like, in 1999 that I was gonna learn how to applique, and I took 2 classes. I took a hand applique class, and I took a machine applique class,
Mm,
and I bought, blocks of the months for each of those, and the, hand applique quilt was done, It was done pretty quickly. It was done in a year, and it took me a few years to do the border and then quilt it. And the, machine applique one is still halfway done in a
Mhm.
box somewhere, so, yeah, I need to get over that, but
I took
now that I'm using a Juki,
I
I
took
can't
a
do any of those
fine
special
hand
is
I took a fine hand applique class. That's the only one I've ever taken. And she told us what we needed to do, blah, blah, blah. So I went home and was going to work on it. I could not thread the needle. It was silk thread and
Ugh.
teeny tiny little holes in the needle, the eye. And I was like, I can't get this. I was in my late 40s and I couldn't do it. And so I gave it to my kids and said, "Here, can you guys thread this needle?" And they're like they tried, they couldn't get it either. I said, "Well, that's the end of that class."
See that.
Yeah,
you could buy a bigger
no
needle,
more fine
maybe, I don't
applique for me.
maybe.
Mhm.
It said, "New improved, bigger bigger eye," and I'm like, "Right." I think that was mislabeled, but anyway.
You got the old set. Too funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I my dog just wants you to know that
No?
she's from, um, North Carolina.
Ah!
I drove down there to get
Well,
her.
that's what
That's
she's
why she's
trying to
been barking
tell
at you the
him.
whole time.
Yeah, she recognizes that
Any
accent. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Well,
Okay,
I
well, I think
think we've probably
chat
covered everything we know. Yeah,
Think
this
so.
has been a great time, and we appreciate you joining us, and maybe we could be quilting with Mary Beth, Donna, and Levi. Hmm.
It was a pleasure to be here.
yeah,
Okay, well, everybody, we thank
yeah.
you. You can find Mary Beth online at Quilting with Mary Beth. I'm Donna W. Smith Quilter. Levi, do you have a website that you want anybody to know about?
I do have my Facebook. It's, at a Cruso Quilter. I've not updated it as much as I would like to recently, but that's what I have.
Okay,
At a
cool.
at what
Well,
was it?
everybody check that out.
A Cruso,
A
Cruso
cruise.
Quilter.
Okay, we will check you out.
That's the
Well,
community I live in.
okay,
Okay,
we'll look it up.
cool.
Sounds good.
Okay, so everybody have a great week, and we will see you next time.
Bye, y'all.
I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. We'll see you next time.